Hi, hello, and welcome to an all-new episode of Played Out.
Whee!
The show where we play games and we tell you about the games and all that, miss.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
Welcome.
I'm excited.
First show of 2022. What are you doing? Oh, is Teebs the cat doing the business? Don't do it on the cord.
The cord touched a butt.
Does this mean she's going to pee elsewhere now?
She's gonna wait till the cord goes away. Yeah. This is the show where we play games and we let you know how they are.
I already told them that.
Well then, what are you asking me?
Do the whoosh and we'll go to the game. Do the whoosh! Before we get started with the episode, I need to share something with you. This is a bit of a follow-up from the last episode. The last episode was right before Christmas, and we played the Christmas Vacation Twinkling Lights game, remember? Uh-huh. And in the episode, I introduced to our viewers my Chainsaw Clark. My Clark Griswold doll.
Yeah.
That has the has the chainsaw from the chainsaw where he chains down the tree.
Yeah.
Scene
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
Christmas Vacation.
Mm-hmm.
So, here's something interesting. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Introducing Santa Clark. It's the Santa where he dresses up, where he loses his mind towards the end of the movie.
Yeah.
And he puts on the Santa suit to try to cheer everybody up Christmas-wise, and it doesn't really work out that well.
Fix the newel post!
This was just delivered to our house like the other day, and I didn't know why. If this was from a viewer, thank you. You didn't have to get this for me. Although that being said, I don't think anybody did. I think what happened was this has been about a year, possibly 2 years ago. Probably closing in on 2 years. I ordered the Santa Claus Clark Griswold, but like, you can't order it anywhere. It was on back order on every website. Back order or pre-order or any of that. It was bizarre because like you couldn't get it anywhere. You could find it on eBay or Amazon, but it was like $100 to $200. It was insane. I found this for $30. I'm pretty sure I found this for $30 on a toy website and ordered it with the understanding that it wasn't going to get here for a while.
Yeah.
And it's
2 years?
It's been almost 2 years. I'm pretty sure.
Oh my God.
I want to say the pandemic had already started when I bought this. I don't remember. But yeah, and so it just came
hilarious.
I got
look, it's a little moose.
It's got the moose mug and everything where him and Eddie are drinking the eggnog and everything, and but yeah, I was shocked by this when it arrived. I was like, I kind of remember buying it. I don't. But again, if I didn't, and this was from a viewer, thanks.
I appreciate it.
This is great. But I don't think it was. I think I ordered this at one point. It just got here. So we'll follow up to the Christmas episode. In addition to Chainsaw Clark, I now have Santa Clark. So you talk about a Christmas Vacation collection. We got one here on Played Out, Superfuzz Productions. By the way, we want to welcome you to It Is Entirely Too Cold to Be Filming Anything in the Studio.
Yeah.
We do 5 shows on YouTube. We do Played Out and Let Me Tell You and here, and the air does not come in here at all. Hardly
no, it just so happened I picked a relatively warmer day to film, let me tell you. Today,
it's
not so much. It's really cold.
But it always stays cold back here. The front room where we do Stump, Hot Toddy, and Just the Dumbest. It's so-so. The heat and air circulate. So I mean, it's sort of warm, sort of cold. It hits just right. Then you got the media room, which is upstairs. That's where we do Get Real, and it's like a sauna up there. Mm-hmm. You can't breathe up there. So you end up visiting all the seasons at once in this apartment. So it is what it is. But anyway, today's game is the Chameleon. It's kind of hard to see in that.
Well,
front.
you actually may be able to see, kind of, I guess, from like the
Is it harder or easier to see in there?
I don't know. What I see, I can't necessarily read the word, but I can see the definition a little bit better.
Well, flip it over because you'll see the actual word, the chameleon, and of course a chameleon. That's right there.
Ta-da!
Did she do it in the box?
She did it on a pad.
Was it P?
Yeah.
So the chameleon. What are we talking about here?
We are talking.
What? So the chameleon. This is a very interesting game. I first learned about this game at Thanksgiving. My family and I played Thanksgiving on Thanksgiving. I think for about.
We played Thanksgiving.
We played it on Thanksgiving for I think a solid 4 hours. Like we played it from like 5, 6 o'clock till we left at 10 o'clock. And it's a 2-hour drive, so we played a long time.
Yeah.
But it was just so much fun. And then my mom was like, "You think Miss Pengrino would enjoy this game?"
Which of course I'll really enjoy any game.
And I'm like, "Hell yeah!" So we got it, and we played it again on Christmas Day. And I'll tell you, it's a blast.
So the whole point, I'll read what it says real quick on the back. It says the super social whodunit party game. Everybody knows the secret exception of the chameleon, but who is the chameleon? To catch them, players must describe the secret with just one word. Too obvious and the chameleon blends in. Too vague and you start looking guilty. Now let the frantic debating, hoaxing, and finger pointing begin. Be careful, choose the wrong player, and the chameleon escapes.
And it's a very interesting who done it game or who is it? Yeah,
who is it? What is it?
Yeah.
So we got some pieces. Let me pull the pieces.
Pull the pieces.
So we have, depending on how many players, depends on if you will use green, blue, or green and blue.
And you can use either or. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, either
the green
color.
cards
There's
or the blue cards.
Nothing specific to it.
Doesn't matter.
Here are your topic cards. And again, if you'll notice, it's the same pattern on all of these as the box. It's kind of hard to read. It's kind of hard to see from there. But it does say topic.
Bitch, are you for real?
You have 2 die. One with numbers. Well, one with dotted numbers. One with numbers. And then you have this, which
you don't really have to.
Took us forever to figure out what this is. This is simply if you want to make your own card like this. If you have a topic,
I thought it was to keep score.
It is not. I figured this out.
Oh,
it is not to keep score.
See, that's what. Yeah. Just learn something. Yeah. You learn things on playing out.
Things. So basically, if you have a topic that you want to do that you think is funny, you can make your own topic card. We were using it to keep score on it because we didn't really know what it was for.
Which you can do if you want.
Yeah, which you can do because it's a dry erase.
Yeah.
So we're going to put that back to the side, though, because it's not so important.
So what you do in this game is you pass out either the green or blue cards to however many people are at the table.
Since you have green, we'll look at that profile.
All right.
This one, because
so
there's just 2 of us. We wouldn't need
so
that many.
You go through the cards, right? Now, this is a multiplayer game. You can't really just do it with 2 people. Yeah. So if you're going to play this game, you're going to have to play it with a group of people. But it's a great party game, so you should definitely
You would need at least 3. You can have up to 16. At least 16.
16 people.
Yeah, so minimum of 3, most of 16.
Each person will get a card like this. However, one person is going to get a card that says this. So what you would do in this case is, and since there's just the 2 of us, I will mix these up. So I don't remember. I don't know which one it is.
Again, we will know the answer because there is just 2 of us.
Right. So I'm going to give Miss Pengrino this card, and I'm going to take this card. Now I've seen my card,
and I've seen mine,
and she's seen her. Now, we pick a topic card.
The topic on this one is music. And there's a bunch of different genres of music placed on the card.
At which point you would roll the 2 dice. Because if you see on this card, there are 2 corresponding numbers. There's the die number on the top, and then separate numbers underneath it. What you're going to do is you're going to bring these numbers together. They're going to correlate and create your topic.
So, on this one, we are looking for 4, 6. 6 or 9?
I think it's 6.
Yeah, because it doesn't go up to 9. Yeah. It's 6.
Yeah.
4 and 6.
So you look to your card, go to number 4 on your die, and then you would go all the way down to what number 6 is. 6 says this. Okay, so I now know, and then I look at the topic card and I see what correlates with that thing, with that particular number. So I know, Miss Pengrino knows, and now we will begin.
And so it is the person to the left of the roller?
Left of the roller.
Left of the roller.
Begins to...
With the clues.
With the clues. And they're typically one-word clues. That's what they're asking. We kind of cheated on Thanksgiving. It's whatever. No biggie. That's fine. So, but one-word clues are the way to go. So I know what I'm going to say. And from our clues, we have to figure out who is the chameleon. Who's lying? Who doesn't know? Right?
Which in this case, we know who doesn't know.
Huh? Well,
in this case, when there's just 2 of us, we know who doesn't know.
All right, so I would say, because I know what it is, I'll say violin.
And I would try to, because I don't know what it is, so I'll go ahead and show you my card. It's the chameleon. So
but she would have had to guess from my clue what it was.
Then we'll look and be like, oh, he said violin. Which one on this topic could a violin be? Which, given the topics, the only one that would jump out to me is classical.
And it was in fact classical. She's right.
But first, I would give my clue. And so I would say piano. We would then venture to guess who is the chameleon.
Right. Because imagine more people at the table. They would all... Imagine a bunch of more people at the table. They would all have their own guesses because everybody else would have had a card that looked like mine.
Right.
And they would have known that it was classical. So some other could say piano. Someone might say Beethoven. Something like that to make...
Boring.
To you, but it's to show that we're all on the same page. And when we got to Miss Pengrino, she would have either have known by that point or tried to be as vague as possible to stay within the group.
So this is...
And then after all is said and done, the group debates about who they think the chameleon is.
Right, so obviously we can't debate as to who the chameleon is. He's going to pick me, I'm going to pick him, but we know it was me, so end of story. If I do get picked, I have to then try to guess the word, so I can get a point for that. So if nobody picked me, I get to guess. If everybody picked me, I also get to guess, because that gives me an extra point. Obviously, again, I know it's classical because of the clues given, so I would guess that and I would get a point for that. This is why the box says you have to be careful with your clues. You want to give a good enough clue that people don't finger you for being the chameleon.
Finger.
However, you also don't want to give like a blatantly obvious clue.
Which is hard to do, especially when it came to classical music. My first thought was violin, because that's what you hear in classical music. So that's what I said.
Right.
But you don't want to say that.
So you have to be careful with your clues. When we were playing on Christmas, there were a few times that I gave clues that I thought were good clues. However, everybody else didn't necessarily understand. So I got fingered for being the chameleon.
Fingered.
A lot, even though I wasn't, because of the clues I was giving. So the chameleon was escaping and getting points because I was giving crappy clues. So
the point is to be cunning. You have to really make your clues stand out so that they're not so obvious to the chameleon. Because, I was a chameleon a couple of times, and it was sometimes very easy for me to just step right in and be like, oh, I know what you're saying. And then somebody else gets fingered for the job. And it was me the whole time. So you have to be careful with that.
This is a hilarious game. It is awesome. You do have to be good at lying. No.
Aww.
Yeah, throw my shit on the floor. I'll throw yours.
Emotional damage.
it's a toss of the coin. It all depends on you if you're able to actually give good enough clues and or be able to figure out who it is that's doing this.
Now, I will have to say there was a hard part for me with this game, and that is these cards. Not this one.
That's the Chameleon.
As you can see, there's a lot of little numbers to where, the combination of numbers to decide which on the board you're guessing. Sometimes it's kind of hard to remember which one you're looking at, depending on how many players you have. And by the time it gets around to you to give your clue, there were many times where I had to keep going back and checking on my card, what number I was supposed to be. I do think there were a couple of different ways of scoring. It tells you that on the instructions, so I'm not necessarily going to explain it because, to be honest, I don't really remember. Plus, in my opinion, this game is more fun really kind of without scoring.
Yeah, it's fun to just keep going.
It's just kind of fun to play.
And keep doing what you do.
So, Hot Toddy.
Uh-huh.
Is it a game on or a game off for the Chameleon?
Yeah, game on for sure. It's a fun game. Like I said, it could pass hours and hours and hours. I mean, it's that fun. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I had a blast. I know everybody at Thanksgiving had a blast. You all had a blast at Christmas time. Can't recommend it enough. Game on for the Chameleon.
And it is a game on for me as well. This is freaking hilarious. It is so funny. And you would think, there's not that many topic cards. Oh, we're going to run out of them. You really kind of don't.
That's not true. On Thanksgiving, we did, because we did them all.
Well, I mean,
But you can go, but there's so many
many things on here as well.
Yeah, that
you can
really
use it multiple times.
Yeah.
And still come across different things.
Ugh.
So, however, if they did an expansion pack to this,
which I think they should.
Should.
That'd be an opportunity missed if they didn't.
By all means, that would be pretty freaking awesome if they kind of did a Cards Against Humanity, all of them 90s edition, or all of them food edition, nerds edition, different things like that.
Your face edition.
Your face edition.
But no, yeah, I agree. A game on, it is a winner.
It's so fun.
Go play the Chameleon, but get a group of friends to do it, because it's
age recommendation. Let's see.
Who cares? Yeah, who cares? It
is kind of important. It does say 14 and up. I think that's more just because of the ability to lie, hide, deceive.
Infants can play this. It's fine.
People under the age of 14, stop. Probably may have a little difficulty playing it. And this is 3 to 8 players. It doesn't say 16, but I mean,
there's
you have
16
enough
cards
to do 16, so
you could do it. So, but 3 to 8 players probably your best bet, I would say.
Yeah, 16 would take an awful long time.
But there you go. That's the Chameleon game on. And there you have it, another fantastic episode of Played Out. Make sure you follow us on social media. It's Twitter at Superfuzz Videos. Make sure you click, and subscribe. That way you can keep up with every episode that we're doing here on the Superfuzz Productions YouTube page.
Click that bell. It will alert you to every video. Everyone.
You'll never not know. Plus,
yes.
we've got tons of merch. You can find that over at the Teespring shop, the official Superfuzz Productions Teespring shop. Get what you want, get what you need. And of course, Season 8 of the Smokin' Hot Toddcast continues on February 3rd. But right now, you can catch up on every single episode on our SoundCloud page.
Whoop, whoop.
No reason for you to not do that. From all of us here, what is this show called? Played Out.
Played Out.
Well, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Is that Tom Servo next to you?
Yeah.
That's Tom Servo from Mystery Science Theater 3000. What's in his head?
That certainly looks like Mystery Science Theater tickets.
Oh, Mystery Science Theater Live. Well, my goodness, look at that. We've got a Tom Servo.
Bye.